Good morning and welcome to Muscle Maintenance with In Shape Fitness. I am Kim Watkins, your coach, and this is Tuesday, May 7th. You're doing a level 2 workout today. It will take about 12 to 14 minutes, depending on how much diarrhea of the mouth I have as we go through the sequence here, but we're going to be using the same 6 moves that we used yesterday as the level 1 sort of foundational workout for the week. So this is just a tad bit harder, and we're going to have some fun. So jump up for me, get those shoulders back, make sure your ears are in line with your shoulders, vertically, little postural systems check that we do every day. Tuck in your tailbone and squeeze your tummy muscles. Now, take a deep breath, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Very good. One more deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Now plant your feet double shoulder width apart. So take a big step out to the right with your right leg, or to the left with your left leg. I don't discriminate. I'm actually left-handed, so. All right, now clasp your hands over your head though. We're gonna do the windmill move as the first warm-up move, as we did yesterday. We'll be doing the same 2 warm-up moves all week long. The first is a windmill, so keep your back straight. You're gonna rotate your body down to the right, graze the floor with your fingertips, and then lift up to the left. All right, let's go ahead and get started with that. One more time, down to the right. Take your time. Feel that stretch, especially as your fingers touch the floor. You'll get to feel that really good stretch down your lower back. A little bit of a stretch probably in your hamstrings. Now reverse directions, down to the left and up to the right. One more time, down to the left and up to the right. Good. Now separate your hands and keep them up. Keep them out. Kind of stretch them out, making a big X with your body. You're going to do the standing bicycle crunch. So you're going to stand with this position the entire time. You're going to alternate, bringing your right elbow down and across your body as you bring your left knee up and across your body. Squeeze, then stretch back out to the X. Then do the same thing with the left elbow and the right knee. All right, 30 seconds. Time starts now. Keep those abs engaged the entire time. Really squeeze and then really stretch. The stretch part is just as important as the squeeze part. So with every repetition, every exercise that you do, I try to help you remember to do this as we are moving through the different sequences. The negative part of the movement, right? The backwards part of the movement, just as important as the contraction. Okay, now you're gonna do the lighthouse move for balance with staggered feet. Yesterday, your feet were simply together. Today, I want you to stagger your feet so that your right foot is slightly behind your left foot, but your feet are still touching each other. Extend your arms out to the sides and turn your head all the way to the right and all the way to the left. Very slowly. Time starts now. And breathe. Very important to squeeze those tummy muscles. Contract the pelvic floor. Kegel exercises. Perfect time for those. And just take your time. Pause as you extend your arm, your gaze down your arm, and relax. This is good for balance. Grip the floor with your feet. Don't lock your knees, but really squeeze those muscles. And 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, good, good. Okay, now we're going to do a forward lunge. This one is going to be an alternating forward lunge. So yesterday we just did those stationary modified lunges where you only bent the knees a few inches, 5 or 6 inches. Today what I want you to do is take a big step out with your right leg. Make sure your feet stay perfectly straight. Your hands are on your hips or out to the sides for balance. Bend both knees to 90 degrees. Then press off with the right leg, back to start. Good, now try with the left, and let's go ahead and start the time. You're alternating your foot, your leading foot, and you are keeping your back straight. Remember, your torso, as you bend the knees, your torso lowers straight down. If you collapse, you're at your waist and bend over forward, you're going to put strain on your back, and you're not really going to use the leg muscles in the way that they're intended to be used. Right? You want to use the whole leg. You want to get that butt engaged. You want to use the sides of your legs. And in a perfect lunge, and we'll actually do this more later in the week. You've got 3 seconds, by the way. We'll do a diagonal lunge. in order to really start using those inner thighs and outer thighs a little bit more too. Okay, now you're going to do, yesterday we did this lateral side step, right? So you just step to the right with both feet, you step to the left with both feet with your feet perfectly straight. Now you're going to take kind of a bigger step to the right, and then the left leg is going to step behind the right leg. And as you kind of bend the knee a little bit, and then jump off with that left leg back to the left. Keep the foot straight. Then the right leg comes behind the left leg. A shuffle, a lateral shuffle. Okay? Get into it with the rhythm of the music, because this is kind of fun and it gets your heart rate up a little bit. And time starts now. Keep your feet straight. Keep your body straight. Keep the ears in line with your shoulders. You can keep your hands on your hips. You can extend them out to the sides. You can lift them up in the air, straight up, if you want to, force your heart to work a little bit harder, sending blood up instead of, letting it use gravity to get the blood down to your fingers. And breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now down to the floor. We're going to do modified push-ups one more time, and the reason that I want to do them again today is because I want you to do modified push-ups with an alternating hand position. So I want you to bring one arm sort of back and one arm extended a little farther forward. I almost always sort of nail this into your brain that when you do push-ups, you want your hands vertically in line with your shoulders. But in this instance, we're going to alter that perspective, and we'll do 15 seconds with like the right arm forward, the left arm back. So let's do that. You're on your knees, which means you're actually on the bottom part of your thigh, and lower your body as you bend your elbows. Keep the butt down, then push up as you breathe out. 15 seconds. So aim to do, 5 or 6, maybe 7. Not too much, not too many. 3 seconds more. Good. Now switch positions. Put the other hand forward and bring the hand that was forward, bring it back, kind of closer to your chest. And let's go for 15 more seconds, okay? Time starts now. Very good. Remember, you're inhaling on your way down. You exhale as you lift back up, as you push up. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to walk your body out into a plank, and this is your standard plank. I would like you to try it on your toes, please. Don't care how big your belly is, how weak you are. Get up there. Your forearms are on the floor. Press your hands into the floor. Make sure that your elbows are underneath your shoulders, and you're going to walk back. Lift your body up. Try not to let your butt get too high. Let's start the 30 seconds. If you can't hold this, do not fall to your tummy, please. Lower your body to your knees. You can break it out in the modified version for another 15 seconds. I know that you can do it. Hang in there. Just breathe through the pain. Big inhale through your nose. Big exhale through your mouth. Over again and again and again. 5 seconds left. And you're done. Now turn over. Put your hands behind your head. Lift your legs up into the air. Bend your knees to 90 degrees. This is the bent knee crunch. Once again, I have to remind you of this is so important, so please listen up. You can do crunches all day when you're yanking on your head and you're up and down and up and down, and momentum is helping, and there's just not that much effort. I mean, sadly, you'd have to do like 100 if you do they're lazy crunches. So really focus on pretending that you have a string that's sort of drawing right up at your sternum even, maybe, where you have your hands behind your head, your feet are in the air, your sternum comes up off the floor first. The head and your shoulders and your hands, they come up, but only because the top of your rib cage is coming off the floor. 30 seconds. Inhale as you lower your body down. Exhale as you lift up. Squeeze and pause at the top in order to, allow that change of directions to really, really be absorbed by the muscles and the other tissues in the area, because that switch of directions is where there's a lot happening. Your nerve endings have to fire again. Your muscles have to contract or change the direction of their well, it's all very physiologically sort of verbose in terms of the technology or the terminology, but that's where they go from flexing to contracting, or from contracting to expanding, and it's very, very important to pause at the top. Okay. See what happens when I start yammering on about the biology of the whole thing. Now here we are, we're way past 30 seconds for your crunches. So you're finished with the first set. Go ahead and stand back up for me. We're going to do a lighthouse again. And this time I want you to switch your foot placement from whichever foot was in the rear, sort of staggered towards the back. Switch that to the other foot. Extend your arms out to your sides one more time. Let's go through this flow set now. So no time in between each of the moves except to change positions, and we are going now. Turn your head right to left. Another 4 minutes and you will be underway with your Tuesday. Hopefully you did something yesterday other than our little workout. Or I guess it was about 15 minutes, and it was a fairly easy workout, so hopefully you were able to get some other activity into your life. I mean, I tell people, you know, I see people in apartments and in the park and various places, in conference rooms and offices in New York City. You don't need a gym. You don't need anything to make this happen for you in terms of being healthy and managing your weight in the right way and feeling like your life is something other than having to go into, a gym every day. Okay, let's do those lunges. Alternating forward lunges. Start with the right foot, and time starts now. So what I do is I help people understand yes, it is difficult to run stairways, but it is so good for you because your every step is like taking 4 steps on flat land, right? So if you're aiming to walk or to move a mile or more every day, which is a recommendation, that's a very good way to approach your sort of output in terms of cardio. You can do that much faster if you take stairs. Much less time. All right, lateral shuffle. Time starts now. Remember, you take a big step to the right. Make sure your toes don't turn out. The left leg comes back behind the right leg, and then the left leg moves over, jumps over to the side, and the right leg is behind the left. Just back and forth. Tomorrow we're going to make it kind of more of a lateral lunge. So that's a lot of fun. I love lateral lunges. Get that strength of the inner thigh, which is so important in terms of mobility, forward mobility. I'm a runner, and so whenever I start feeling like I have a little twinge here and there in my legs, I start doing exercises that force the inner thighs and the outer thighs to do a lot of work because that protects the leg. That's why those muscles are there. All right, now on the floor, modified push-ups. Pick a position for your hands, and let's get going here. 30 seconds, well, 15 seconds now we'll do in this position, and then we'll switch. Go ahead. Inhale on your way down. Exhale as you push back up. Very good. Now switch positions with your hands. Last 15 seconds with push-ups. And 2 moves left. Almost finished. Once again, it's supposed to be raining. I guess it is raining today in New York. And I am so happy that maybe the pollen will go away. I'm still so sniffy. Okay, now lower your hands down to your forearm position for the plank. Walk your feet out. Time starts now. If you are fit and you want to make this harder, there are a couple of really good ways to do that. You can squeeze your butt cheeks. Clenching your butt cheeks really forces your the top part of your core to be more engaged. You can also move forward and back, kind of using the balls of your feet to shift the body weight forward and back. You've got 5 seconds left. And 3, 2, right on. Now turn over, put your hands behind your head, lift your legs up into the air, bent knee, 90 degrees, and go. Last 30 seconds. Bent knee crunch. Remember to inhale on your way down. You want to exhale as you lift up through the rib cage and go. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this workout. It's a Tuesday, and again, like all of these workouts, you really could do, if you feel like you want to do a little bit more, go for a run. yeah, I pretty much tell everyone that they should go for a run. So if you're interested in my theories on that, please let me know. I can certainly divulge to you how important it is to get some aerobic activity. And I don't mean on a treadmill. Please don't use a treadmill. It's a waste of energy. Natural resources, so important. Why get on the treadmill when you can get outside, even if it's a little bit sprinkly like it is in New York? Okay, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow for the level 3 workout on Wednesday.